Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Slice of Gaming podcast, episode 159 for August 7th, 2026. I am your host, Leon Charles Wolf, and I am joined today by just one very special person, my main man, Bob. How you doing, brother?
Wolf, I know you tried really hard to get the GTA 6 trailer on this week. Unfortunately, they decided to go with Netflix, so I'm the backup.
To think, I put all my goddamn stocks onto Hulu. I thought they were going to get it. I am ruined.
Also,
Yeah,
sidebar, we're on 159.
159, yes, sir.
Holy, I had no idea we had done that many.
Dude,
That's crazy.
pretty much every week for 2 years. Like, yeah, man, we're going to reach that.
No, 159's 3 years.
Oh,
Or
yeah. We've been doing it for 3 years. You're right. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I don't even remember how long we've been doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, like we
2023.
just 156 would be 3 years.
That is psychotic. Yeah.
Right?
That's a crazy number when you put it like that. Yeah. But hey, dude, it's fun. It's hard not.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
does
even
not.
realize.
It has not felt like 3 years. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like we're just getting together, yapping about games every week. Like, it doesn't feel like we've been doing like a big job, you know?
Right.
Which is great. I appreciate it. We don't have too much crazy news, but we have some interesting tidbits I really want to go over. So I'm glad to have Bop on for that. And also, we've been playing a lot of games. Bop, I've been really interested to hear your thoughts on Halo, because
Uh-oh.
there's a lot
Uh-oh.
to go into that. Anyways, you guys will find us YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like the podcast, helps us out a ton. And follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at a Slice of Gaming, all one word. But first and foremost, let's get into our little icebreaker. I wanted a quick one, Bop. So, just what's your favorite meat? Pause. But like,
I was like,
chicken,
what?
Chicken, beef, lamb, that type of
Uh,
meat. Seafood,
no.
if you count that.
Listen, I'm from Florida. I like seafood. Even like tuna, I will never like claim it's like a favorite. Like I can only honestly because like seafood, even if you, because I have a tendency to stuff my face, and it's like if you eat too much seafood, like you just get so much more sick than the other foods.
Yeah.
So
It sucks
that
because
one's out.
seafood's the one that's best for you too. So it's like,
Yeah,
God damn
and
it.
like it's great, like especially if it's like fresh and prepared well, like it
Oh,
it
yeah.
can be great.
I love sushi. That's one thing.
Oh yeah, dude, sushi bangs. Let's. I mean, the. I'm honestly conflicted because the three that rattle around my brain are chicken, beef, and ham, but
Oh, you
also
can't you,
turkeys.
you
Turkeys
can't
low
say ham.
key.
I'm here.
I know, I know. I know. Because it's like chicken. Honestly, it is probably chicken, just because like
It goes with
growing up.
everything.
Dude, growing up, like I was a chicken like nugget fiend, like chicken
Oh
strips,
yeah.
chicken wings. Like I like if I go to a restaurant, they got a good like spicy chicken sandwich. I'm like, all right, let's go. This
Chicken is the symbol of picky eaters as well. Like, especially
it
when you're a kid.
it absolutely is because I was the picky eater, and then like when I was like 10 or 11, I finally decided to just try things because that was the funny thing. I would just lie if I didn't like a food, even though I never tried it. I would just lie and say I was allergic to it. So like one time, like my friend's mom offered me peanuts, and I was like, "No, sorry, I'm allergic. I don't like peanuts. I'd never tried like actual raw peanuts before, and I was like, "No, sorry, I have an allergy. I can't eat them." And then she like talked to my mom, and my mom's like, "Hey, stupid, you love peanut butter. It's the same thing, you idiot." I was like, "Oh, okay." But
It's
I
like,
tried,
wait, that's where peanut butter comes from?
dude.
Peanuts?
Right? Like I'm like, no way. Dude. Like these are completely different than the good stuff.
That's very funny.
But yeah, there's a photo my mom has where it's like I'm 2 years old. I'm literally in diapers. So I was either 1.5 or 2 years old, and I have in my hand. I opened up the oven. It wasn't on because I
Oh
obviously
no.
wasn't like tall enough to actually turn it on. But I managed to open up the oven door, and in my other hand, I have a baking sheet full of chicken nuggets. It's like I
That's
got that far,
crazy.
and I
At
was like
two?
trying to put it. Yeah, dude, it was so funny.
Oh,
Like I
she saw that it's like our little chef, and they were like, wait, maybe culinary school is the way.
Yeah, I was a fiend. And I still love
Dude, it's good
chicken.
as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer. I love chicken. Just real quick, best chicken like fast food place.
Ooh, you know, they're very hateful, but Chick-fil-A, like, because here's my
They're
thing.
all hateful, man. I'm a Chick-fil-A fiend, baby.
Here's the thing about that. Like, I have real beef with places that say they have a spicy chicken sandwich because first off, no, you don't. The majority of them just put hot sauce on their chicken sandwich, and that drives me up a wall. Like, you
Yep.
need to add some seasoning to your batter and make that chicken spicy on your own. Do not just drown it in a sauce and call it spicy. Those are two completely separate things.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
feel that.
but yeah, like, so if in that regard, like, yeah, I mean, Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich is really good.
You ever have the pimento cheese one?
Oh,
Really good.
dude, it's back right now.
Dude, it's so good.
It's literally the best sandwich they've ever made.
Yeah, for myself, I'm a beef guy. I love a cow.
Yeah, nice. Shut up, beef hammer.
Steak. Yeah. Steak, hamburger, cheeseburger is my just favorite food outright. Like, I'll
Yep,
never go
yep,
wrong with a cheeseburger.
yep,
Especially with no pickles and no tomatoes, because God forbid. um,
yep.
and I don't know if have you had lamb? I
Oh yeah, I
love
love
lamb.
lamb, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lamb,
like
especially a Mediterranean food.
surprisingly, I forget if I've ever talked to you about this, but the city I live in, even though it is white as all hell,
Uh-huh.
there is a large Greek population.
Oh
So,
yeah, I mean, Greek is close enough to wit.
well, yeah, but it's just like weird that like in the middle of the Rocky Mountains, there's just like a bunch of Greek people. But so like I'll get euros all the time, and I like just stack it up on lamb. Like, it's so
Oh,
good.
nice.
A lot of the places around here are so good. And what's cool is two of the local burger chains are actually owned by Greek families. So like they're like, you can get euros at your fast food, like that's
Oh
not
hell yeah!
terrible. Like, they're actually good euros at a fast food place, which like Arby's isn't terrible, but like it's still pretty bad.
It's not the same, yeah.
It's not. No, it's not. And so the fact that I can just get a euro in the drive-through if I want to is just the best.
Nice, dude. Yeah, I love lamb. Lamb kebabs, specifically like Persian lamb, like
Okay,
when you
nice,
marinate it well. It's just delicious. So yeah, probably beef and lamb for me.
nice.
Um, Chicken I always liked. Turkey I always liked. Pork, that's a tough one for me.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it.
I have accidentally had pork before, like when
Okay,
like someone doesn't say it's pork or they think it's beef. It's like, oh,
sure.
actually it's pork. It always makes me sick. And I think
Okay.
what it is like if you haven't eaten it your whole life and you
Yeah.
just eat it randomly, it's gonna hit you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would probably agree with that. And honestly, it's not even that, like, it's weird. I really only like deli sliced ham. Like, I'm not a
Yeah, I've heard that
big
from people.
like honey glazed ham at Thanksgiving or Christmas, or like I'm not a big fan of pork chops. Like, obviously bacon's bacon,
Yeah,
and that's
you
just,
want
but
like a
even then,
ham and cheese.
yeah, right. Even then though, Wolf,
What's
I
up?
get shit on all the time. Turkey bacon is so good, and I'm so
Hell yeah,
tired.
dude.
I'm so tired of people like saying
We
it's
gotta stop
inferior.
pretending it's bad. Like we just like
Yeah,
you
it's
can like
not
pork
bacon.
bacon
No
more,
one, right?
but
Exactly. No
it's
one's trying
turkey.
to take away your pork bacon, okay? But turkey bacon is very good.
You ever have beef bacon? That's good as fuck
No,
too.
I don't think I
It's, re-
have.
it's really rare. It's like beef ribs, where it's like it costs so much that they never make it, or like it's kind
Sure.
of hard to find compared to like pork ribs and pork bacon. But
Yeah.
beef ribs, I love beef ribs. I could eat those all day.
Oh yeah. Oh, ribs are great.
Anyways, Bob, let's get into the gaming. Uh, First and foremost, our favorite topic on this show, Grand Theft Auto 6, is back at it again. Rockstar Games tweeted out, Grand Theft Auto 6, an extended look, premieres on Netflix Thursday, August 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You heard that right. On Netflix. And specifically, they even say in a follow-up, An extended look will also launch on the official Rockstar Games YouTube channel and the GTA 6 site at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on August 27th. So Netflix paid tens of millions of dollars for 6 hours of early access. They'll probably make
Incredible.
that money back. Well, I don't even know. Okay, before we even get into the actual presentation, Bob, this Netflix deal, what the fuck? Because I also have this quote from Strauss Zelnick. This from GTA 6 Countdown. Explains why the GTA 6 extended look is exclusive to Netflix. This is part of Rockstar's marketing strategy. It's a groundbreaking partnership that Rockstar arranged with our friends at Netflix. We're excited for everyone to see an extended look, and of course, 6 hours after the initial launch on Netflix, it will be available on Rockstar's YouTube channel and many other outlets. Shut up, man. What are we talking about? Groundbreaking marketing strategy. They gave you money and you accepted. Like, there's nothing groundbreaking about that.
That's so funny. Yeah, so I think what's funny is when we've talked about the previous trailers, I think the uninformed, like certain LARPers in our Discord, will be like, "Oh, it's going to be at Jeff's show," and it's like, no, Jeff can't afford
That's a LARP.
Rockstar. Jeff cannot afford Rockstar. Rockstar plays to the beat of their own drum. They can release, as we've seen already twice, they can release their own, actually technically 3 times, and the third time was just like a still image, and it still got an insane amount of views. They can release stuff on their YouTube channel, and it'll just do numbers, and it'll do great. So it's like, I think for them, they're like, well, who could possibly pay more than like Jeff Keighley or the platform holders at like an E3 showcase? Oh, right, Netflix. Like, the biggest, I would say, because I doubt like a Disney Plus would play ball
God,
with
could you
something like
imagine
this.
that?
That'd be
Right next to
so
Inside
funny.
Out. It's Grand
Right.
Theft Auto 6.
Just like Jason holding the gun with like
And then Woody's
Lisa,
like, howdy, partner.
so funny. But yeah, I mean, they just have unlimited money, and plus too, I think Netflix also weirdly has that like gaming division that like I still
They're
don't
still on mobile.
quite. Yeah, I still don't quite understand how all that works. Funny enough, my parents were hanging out with my sister's in-laws, and they were playing. She was like, "Yeah, they opened up Netflix and started playing games. I had no idea what was going on, so I kind of just watched." And I'm like, "That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that." So
You can't access
clearly,
it through the TV. It's only on your phone, which is
yeah,
really weird.
yeah, it to me it doesn't, obviously, we're so ingrained in this stuff that it
Of
just doesn't
course.
make any sense, but like, yeah, I mean, clearly Netflix thinks there's enough value in, and obviously they're gonna get the market share. I'm sure there are people who are gonna get subscriptions for it, which is insane, because I don't think you mentioned it in what you said, but they later clarified like reaction streamers will be able to watch it and
So
stuff.
there's a weird thing with that, Bob.
Okay.
Because we got that from one Netflix executive who was like, "Yeah, we'll allow that," and then like customer support was like, "No, we can't allow restreams of it." So
Okay.
there's not
Well,
really a clear answer, but also my inclination is it's a customer support number. They
yeah,
probably don't know anything about what's
correct.
going on. So
Yes.
I'm curious if it's restreaming. That's very funny because it's
Uh,
like, why did you pay?
right. And that would be, so my gut reaction there is that customer service lines never, I had to deal with this for so many
Oh
years
yeah.
where people would call my office, or like walk into my office, or like our bank, and be like, "Hey, the people on the phone told me this. I want to do this." And I'm like, "They don't know what they're talking about." And they're like, "Well, why did they say that?" I'm like, "Because they're not properly trained." That's how every
Yep.
like customer support, like that's why I hate like with the PlayStation stuff, or even like, when people are like, "Oh, the customer support person said this," it's like they are never
They don't know
who you
anything.
should trust.
Like
Like,
it's literally customer support numbers that cause PlayStation accounts to get hacked.
right, exactly. So, yeah, it is interesting, because it's like, if you are allowing people to react to these in real time and watching the trailers, and you're not going to do a DMC takedown or anything, yeah, why are, more people are just going to watch it on YouTube on their favorite, reaction channel, than they are like actually on Netflix? But
It-
I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of people who tune in and maybe subscribe to Netflix.
yeah, It reminds me of that. You remember that video of the guy live streaming a UFC fight through his sunglasses? I feel like
Yeah.
that's the level we're gonna start getting, where it's just like if they don't allow restreams, people are like, "Oh, guys, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 5," and it's just like some guy playing GTA 5, and on the background is the GTA 6 trailer playing. And I feel like people will be like, "Hey, this is good enough for me. I don't want to spend money on Netflix." And I think a vast majority of people are not wanting to spend money on Netflix. But like you said, maybe it's like, "Hey, we get a couple million people to pay for this. Like, we'll jump on it." And if you're Rockstar, it's like, "Yeah, I'll take the bag." Uh, I will say, Bob, truly and honestly, I say this with love for this game. I'm excited for it. I think the marketing has been dog shit, and it has also breached the point of being kind of scummy. To effectively lock the third trailer and like the big gameplay showcase behind a subscription service, that's weird.
Yeah. I think well, and it's funny because, you know, especially after everything with Sony, let's not forget they are doing a digital only release. Like
Yeah,
they said
I got a quote about that. Yep.
they said screw physical media, at least for the time being, and they're only doing digital. It's like they really are like they are sniffing their own farts to the
Oh,
nth
100%.
degree. Like they could not be more of a Ouroboros right now. That being said, unfortunately, they are the one company that can get away with it.
Oh,
So
it
it's
works.
like,
Yeah.
it's like this thing where it's like, yeah, it's really stupid, and if any other company tries this, they are going to fail on their face. But like they
13 years,
they
man.
have this cache built up of just pop culture. Like people know what this is, and they're gonna take advantage of it. It's like I can't really blame them for that, but yeah, they definitely like. I don't begrudge anyone for being like, yeah, I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing, just like show me your game, show me your trailers, and like just release the game. Like stop doing this like weird thing where you're just not going to show anything, and then when you do, it's behind a paywall. Like I totally get that. I kind of just am at the point where it's like, listen, these guys make so much money, they just don't care, and they
Yep.
know they can do whatever they want, and it's like because I think the one thing that actually does bother me are the people that are like, "Oh, this is going to set a terrible precedent for other companies." I'm like, dude, if any other company tried this, they are getting laughed out of the room and bullied to death. I mean,
Mhm.
like, it would just be like a high guard level reaction of like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, no. So, I don't think this is very replicable. I think GTA is absolutely using their privilege to their advantage and their position in the market. And, I don't like it, but that's clearly how they're going with this. And honestly, once the game comes out, it's like, it's not going to matter. But
Oh yeah. I'll say this also. I'm just gonna add in. At this point, yeah, there's zero chance this game is getting delayed. Like truly, I would be
right.
like,
Yeah. Right.
it feels insane to even think that. It was funny because like there was like a quote circulating. It's like a former Rockstar Games employee says he could see the game get delayed. It's like he's just some guy. Let's be honest here. I don't
Right.
mean to be mean. Obviously, he used to work at Rockstar. That's great. He's just some guy, and we're like, oh, we should. Oh, guys, maybe the delay will happen.
I mean, well, if we could say that right now, it could be delayed. Like,
You know what? Yeah. Hey,
like,
guys, please quote us so we know what we're
yeah,
talking about.
right.
Um. Anyways, I'm going to actually talk about the presentation itself, Bob. I have
Sure.
this from GTA 6 Countdown. Jason Schreier shares new GTA 6 details. Pre-orders vastly surpassed Take-Two's internal forecast. He expects the extended look on August 27th to offer a meaty look at the actual gameplay. Strauss-Zelnick told him in an interview that when the extended look goes live, people will understand why they chose Netflix for the premiere and stated that it's a must-see event. Schreier asked if it will feel like you're watching a Netflix show, and Zelnick replied, "Yes." I'm sorry, I gotta stop there. What the fuck does that mean? It'll really feel like you're watching on Netflix. It's like, yes, because I'm watching on Netflix. There's really. Have you seen Netflix shows now, Bob? Like, you could put on anything on Netflix, and
Yeah.
they'll be like,
Right.
hell yeah, this is a Netflix show. I just wanted to roast that real quick. This marketing strategy aims to reach a broader non-gaming audience or people who might know GTA 6 exists but aren't necessarily buying it day one. Take-Two isn't concerned about selling to a smaller audience as the install base will be roughly the same as the install base was when we launched GTA 5, and then Trier asked if he has big plans for November 19th, like holding a party or taking a break, to which Zelnick replied, "It's ultra top secret at the moment, but at some point before then, I'll be happy to talk about it." Probably talking about online. I'll wager a guess for that specifically.
Mm.
But yeah, in general, it seems like this is going to be a pretty major look at the game. I was thinking initially when we saw this, it was like, oh, it's going to be like the GTA 5 gameplay trailer. You remember the "Welcome to the world of Grand Theft Auto 5." You know, with that late. I miss her. I hope they bring her back. It sounds like this will be closer to just like a full-on mission walkthrough. Me and Fusion were kind of speculating about that. I don't. Where's your head at this, Bob?
Yeah, I think so. This is the first time I'm hearing any of that report specifically, and I think it's kind of interesting to me. Just just now hearing that, like instant reaction, I get the vibes of like the infamous 2020 Cyberpunk E3 demo, like offhands demo showcase, where they pretty much did take you through that one mission with Judy and Jackie, where like where it's like it's not.
They were like, we saw this behind closed door and it blew our mind, and then we saw it like a year later. It's like, okay, guys, let's calm down.
Right, yeah, and it's like you're not really gonna see the UI. You're not gonna. They're still going to obscure some things, but I mean, and I do think that. Because that was completely, if I remember correctly, that whole video was not in game, or like it was very
it was basically
spliced together. Like it was smoke and mirrors, I think, for the most part. And I do think that whatever they show, right, because the game's pretty much almost out. So I do, but I still think they're going to present it in a way that makes it feel, because like. Red Dead that's obviously Red Dead 2 is going to be brought up a lot when talking about this game, but like that game really is cinematic in moments, and it's such a high fidelity that you really can get away with putting it on Netflix. And honestly, as I was, listening to you talk about that, I know Bench, I think, mentioned it yesterday, like, oh, they'll have like a trailer at the Super Bowl or something. And I'm like, you know what? There's so many people who don't watch cable TV anymore. Like, where can you advertise? Oh, front page of Netflix? Like, that probably brings in so many more people now than, what it used to. Because, like you can advertise on football games or basketball games, whatever you want to do. And that's always, pretty reliable. But if you want to really capture that like kind of other normie, for lack of a better term, audience, honestly, like the front page of Netflix is going to do a lot for, I think. And they could throw it on if it's like a 15-20 minute video and they're like, dang, this is a video game, like that's crazy. Like that's clearly what I think they're trying to go for. So I'm pretty interested and hyped for what they're actually going to show. Obviously, the circumstances around it are pretty stupid, but I'm excited to finally see some gameplay of this game that comes out in 3 months.
I'm ready to see it. Like, I'm annoyed that it's August 27th. It's like, come on, you couldn't do like the 16th, but
hey, I said the 25th. I felt pretty good about that.
You were close. I mean, that was literally when Gamescom opening night live is happening. So, but hey, you know what? I'll give you some points. August. I think it's literally happening during Gamescom too, or like right at the end of Gamescom.
Yeah, I think it's like the day after opening night live, if I remember correctly.
2 days after, I think, because I think opening night live is the 25th.
So does that mean it's on a Saturday?
Oh shoot! Did we even check?
When is the 27th? Did anyone?
Oh, it's Thursday.
Okay, yeah.
Could you imagine? Yeah, fuck y'all. You're watching on Saturday. Write your articles.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Opening night live is 25th. So
I thought opening night live was on a Thursday. All right. Well, either way, it's clear it's going on right in the middle of Gamescom, which is such a FU power move. It's like only Rockstar can do that.
I was making a joke. It's like, this is revenge for Red Dead 2 losing in 2018. They were like, fuck y'all.
And it's funny too because we have said in the past, like I know we've talked about this before when we talk about is GTA going to show up at an E3 show, and we're always like, no, they want to be their own headline. They don't want to get buried in the game news. So it is pretty interesting that they are going on during Gamescom because there's going to be a stream of gaming news that's going to take place that weekend. Obviously, they're going to dominate it, and I wonder if there's like any last second like, oh shit, we should like pull this reveal, or not reveal, but like someone announcing like some news is like, we should like delay this a week because people are only going to be talking about GTA this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
That'd be interesting.
it's a weird situation, man. I don't know what I don't know what the industry reaction is going to be. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the new Plague Tale game comes out the same day.
Oh no.
I think it does.
What is that game called?
And I think Star
Resident?
Wars Zero Company.
It's not called Plague Tale. It's called
Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When is it releasing? It is releasing on the 27th of August.
Oh my.
Dude, the vibes around this game have already been rough, and now it's like GTA 6 like, hello.
I
gonna be
think
talking about it.
I think Herman Hulst can finally rest in peace because I didn't think Horizon getting mogged by a similar game in its genre could get any more like how they keep getting doubled down. This game is gonna get buried by a freaking trailer, man. Like that sucks.
Star Wars Zero Company is also releasing that day, but I think that one's more fun because it's Star Wars. So
yeah,
I think it'll live, but still.
I think and it's also like it hasn't really had like this crazy marketing like cycle, and not that they're gonna leave it to die, but it's like I think that game will it'll find its audience and it'll be fine. But Resonance, that's tough.
I just see like all the tweets about GTA 6 happening, and the residents like, hey, download today.
It's like the meme of the parent holding the child who's drowning in the water, and then there's the other kid drowning without the parent, and then there's the skeleton at the bottom of the pool.
And the skeleton, that's Plague Tale. The other kid is Star Wars.
Yeah,
100%. I love that.
We got to make that meme. We got to go viral with that.
That would make us go viral, if anything. I feel bad, man, but dude, getting buried by a trailer is tough. I'd be like, yo, guys, we're releasing it early 2 days. We're coming out on the 25th. Hey, weird timing there.
Well, I also like the idea of their marketing department being like, all right, so who's releasing a game on the 27th? Because September's packed. It's like, oh, just Star Wars. Like, okay, that's a different genre. I think we'll be okay. And then someone just like walks in yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever. Is like, hey guys, we're fucked. Like, we picked the wrong date.
Oh, we're fucked. But yeah, we will see. I'm really excited for the actual gameplay presentation itself. I'm not excited about having to get Netflix again. Now, my dad does have a subscription. He does not remember the password. So that's going to be one of those things.
You're going to get Netflix for it?
No. It's going to be on Twitter like in an hour.
I was going to say, Spider-Man's already on Twitter. Like, dude, give it like 30 minutes. It'll be on there. Don't do that.
You're right. Yeah, if anything, hey, Colin will put it on Plex. So we're good there.
Right. Exactly.
I also wanted to throw in this last quote from Strauss about the no disc. Our business is well over 90% digitally distributed, Zelnick said. It's already a digital business, so in certain instances, especially if it's a big game, disc just, and I know, and note I said disc, don't really make sense for the consumer. Also, most instances, you have to register online to play anyhow. Not most. So if you're already connected, who cares if you download digital? It's all the same and much more convenient. So that's where the world is going, in our opinion. I think Sony understands that. We certainly understand that. And it doesn't mean that we don't have physical editions now and then. I'm sure we'll be in the same way. And there's still vinyl in the recorded music business, but in other instances, it just won't make sense. Listen, I've beaten this to death already. I've said everything I wanted to. Obviously, it's a stupid quote. Like, a lot of what he said is wrong. But here's the thing. I'm going to unmask the Straussinator here. None of what he said matters because really it's like no matter what the data says, even if everything he said was true, everything he said was false,
the third-party companies want discs gone more than Sony, if anything, because they make more money off of like digital games. So they're like going to constantly be flaunting their digital numbers because they're like, "Hey, Sony, let's speed it up. Like you got our support." They're happy that Sony's taking the fall for everything. So yeah, man, it fucking sucks. But like, I can't say I'm surprised that Strauss isn't coming in like, well, we care about discs. You know, Sony sucks. It's like, no, obviously they don't give a shit. I've known this. Like, we know that all the third party companies don't care. Obviously, if anything, the part that he says that's really dumb to me is the vinyl part. Because it's like, yeah, well, Sony produces the discs, so we don't get to make them like vinyl. If there was a vinyl, like, physical business, like a limited run's like, hey, we're able to produce the discs and like, yeah, I don't like limited run, but there'll probably be a lot more companies that would sprout out. But Sony's like, no, you don't get to make discs. Fuck you. It's just, I've gone to death, man. I'm aggravated at Sony, obviously, but there's really not much more to add on to it. It's just, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I think, you know, Strauss is going to CEO talk however he needs to justify,
Of course.
Take-Two doing that. And unfortunately, there's not much else, you know, especially yeah, with these third-party publishers, right? Because they don't.
Yeah,
it's not like they're making. It's not like they're making the hardware, you know. So they don't.
Yeah, exactly. They have less overhead. All they really worry about is like their percentage of the cut, and it's like, well, digital gives us more of a percentage. So,
right.
Yuck. Let's talk about a game that will be coming out physically for $10 extra, but it will be physical. Unless you pre-order from Amazon, you get it for the same price as the digital. That's a quick little tip. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave got its big direct finally on the 4th. So that's a few days ago. I checked this out. I was already like very interested in this game, but I wasn't like ecstatic. This direct got me very excited. Kind of reminded me, I was like, damn, I do fuck with Fire Emblem like heavy. So like just getting another one of these is always exciting. And yeah, the release date is tough because it is in the middle of the September rush, but I'm also like, yeah, I'll make time for Fire Emblem above all else. And everything they showed off is strong. I mean, there's it effectively is just a Three Houses 2. I'll say that. But I really like Three Houses, so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take Three Houses 2. I dug a lot of the characters they showed off. They kind of went over their stories. I do really love the gameplay differences, class upgrades, all that good stuff. The usual Fire Emblem stuff. Not much more to add on, to be honest. It's one of those like gameplay systems that's like, yeah, we kind of perfected this like 10 years ago, so there's no real reason to go crazy with it. Just little additions to help make it even more fun. And, you know, the outside of class stuff, there's like this dungeon crawler mode that they kind of showed a little bit of. Here's the thing, Bob. I was like, hell yeah, dungeon crawling. It's going to be action. And they're like, in turn-based battles. I'm like, ah. I hate turn-based, but I'll live. Otherwise, though, I'm very, very interested in this game. Cannot wait. What was it, September 17th? Can't come soon enough. And also, they showed off a chick with a gun. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, how have you not brought up the gun yet?
I was gonna end with the gun because I'm like, the gun. That's crazy. Hell yeah. And also, one last thing, they did end the presentation by like, and this is what's gonna happen in 5 years in the future. You take place in this, and like, I don't know if I needed to know that. You could have just waited till the game came out. But yeah, overall, I'm very, very excited for this game. Did you have any thoughts on it, Bob?
Yeah, I also watched this, although I was like half asleep when I was watching it because I did not. I think one of the other big things that they revealed about it is that you can do all of the paths of the 4 characters at the same time, or simultaneously, so that you don't have to do dedicated playthroughs for each run, which I really like. And also, I think, that just leads to, I don't think the time skip is necessarily a spoiler, because it's like clearly on the cover of the box, you got 2 people that aren't these 4 characters. So and like they actually look like a Fire Emblem character, so it's like, all right, clearly these guys got something to do with all of this.
I do love the idea of just like, we just put them there for decoration. They're not.
Man, they just
and like cool. They have to try to say that until launch. It's like, we'll reveal that later.
Like we just need to fill the cool quota. We just
Exactly.
figured these guys would do it. But yeah, no, I mean, for me, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the only one I have like truly interacted with. I really thought I'd be a Fire Emblem head after that. No, not really. But I still will want to try and I really want to play the GameCube one. I think that's the one I really
Path
want to
of
try and.
Radiance.
Yeah, I really want to try
Listen,
and go
if
do
you want
that
my
one.
recommendation, the best one is the Awakening on the 3DS. That is by far the
Oh,
best.
people did say that one was
That's so
really good.
that I remember, Bob, because I used to make fun of Fire Emblem for years because I was a Smash fan. So
Yeah.
like it kind of comes with the territory. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna finally like ethically hate on this, so I'm gonna buy Awakening. And I played
Just to
through it. I'm
hate.
like, God damn, never mind. I can't hate on it. This is peak. It's a gateway drug, again.
Yeah, no, I'm interested in I mean, there's never any time anymore to go back to games, but that would be something I'd be interested in. But regardless, um, I don't. I loved Three Houses, and I didn't really have any interest in what was the Colgate one.
Engage. Yeah, that one wasn't
Yeah,
very good. I didn't enjoy
if the reviews were good, I think I may have been swayed, but people were like, if
it.
it's really only good if you're like a big Fire Emblem person, and I'm like, I'm just not. So
The
I think I'll
gameplay is awesome, but the story, dear lord, I was
right.
bored out of my mind.
Yeah, and it's like there's other tactics games I could play, but for this one, it does seem like it's gonna come together a little
I
bit
think this
better,
one's
and
worth jumping in on. It
yeah,
seems good,
100%. And it
especially if
does
you love Three
remind
Houses.
me, right? And like you said, it reminds me way more of Three Houses than Engage did.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks great. The story looks interesting. Um, you know, I yeah, I'm and I think the nice thing for me is that I've been obviously spending a lot of time at Susan's house, and Susan doesn't have any video game consoles, and so I have to be strategic about what I bring over. And I feel like playing Fire Emblem is like the perfect game to play on the road, essentially. So I think I can definitely spend a lot of time playing that, when I'm not at the house. So
I love how you said Susan, like it's like, oh yeah, Susan.
yeah, everyone knows Susan.
Yeah, you guys know Susan.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I can find some time for like this doesn't. It's not like I would have to pick between this and Control. Like I feel like you can do these two at the same time, or like there's not that there's no overlap, but it's like I can make room for both of these, because if you remember, Wolf, infamously, the two games I was balancing when Three Houses released was Fire Emblem Three Houses and NASCAR Heat 3. So if I can bounce between NASCAR and Fire
It's gonna
Emblem,
be
I think
tough.
Control will be no problem.
Hey man, I respect it. But yeah, very, very excited. Next September, man, or not next September. This September.
This
It's
September, yeah.
next month. I meant.
Right.
Yeah, weird. It's crazy. The September rush is already starting like very soon. We got about 20 more days until the games start coming out.
Yeah, it's
Let's
exciting.
move into our next story, Bob. Nintendo had their financial quarterly update. My boy Pierre485 on Twitter kind of did a big analysis of everything. Uh, First and foremost, Switch 2 ships another 3.82 million units, now over 68 million units in 13 months. That is the fastest selling Nintendo console after 5 quarters. Now that's interesting in and of itself, Bob. But there's an even more interesting statistic, is that now, with over 23 million units, the Switch 2 has outsold the GameCube.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yep. I thought we'd have more to say there. I'll be honest with you. I
No,
actually
I'm still processing that, if I'm being honest.
because I was just like, when I read it at first, I'm like, that's not right. And then I looked it up. It's like, oh yeah, GameCube sold horribly.
Yeah,
That
like
generation, it was so funny because I think Xbox sold like 25 million, GameCube 23 million, and then PS2 160 million.
I really thought you were gonna say Wii U, and I'm like, wait, no, Wii U sold like 12, so it can't be that.
Yeah, it already outsold that like the first 6 months, I think.
Right, first day.
Yep. Right. Okay. So the big thing here is Tomodachi Life Living the Dream debuted with 7.96 million units shipped in 3 months. Jesus. Now that is on Switch One, so there's a lot more of an install base there, but it's still pretty insane. Especially for a game like Tomodachi Life. I don't think either of us, but I was always like, oh, that game's gonna do well and find its audience. I didn't expect it to like break through in the sense of like seeing people on TikTok and Instagram constantly posting about it when it came out.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, obviously myself included, really underestimated how this can be a fix for the people who love The Sims. Like this is right up those people's alleys,
Yep.
and I think that's the community it's kind of popped off with because it's a little fun. It's different than The Sims, and it can be fun in its own different ways. And yeah, I completely underestimated this game. I will be honest.
Next one, Pocopia, a game that we both really loved, is now over 3.68 million units in 4 months. Interesting note though, Japanese shipments are not included. That's another 1.27 million units between April and June. It is the best selling Pokemon spin off published by Nintendo in the last 15 years, which is a very funny stat. It's like, damn, there was nothing then if that was the case. I was curious about the Japanese shipment not included, and then I remembered it's like, oh, because the Pokemon Company published Pocopia in Japan. So,
Ah,
what's it called? I guess they withheld the sales. I don't know how that. To this day, I'll never understand the Nintendo Pokemon Company relationship, and I don't think anyone will. It's just a
yep,
very weird situation.
yep. Uh, yeah, I'm trying to think. So then, what are they saying? If in the last 15 years, what was before the last 15 years that sold better than this? Because like I'm trying to think of the
Uh,
spin-offs, and it's like,
he has a chart here: Mystery Dungeon, Explorers, D and T, Daybreak or Time. Well, one of the
uh,
Mystery Dungeon game on DS. I don't know.
got
That's
it.
a
Okay.
that's a side of Pokemon that I never fucked with. Mystery Dungeon I always
Yeah.
felt was boring as shit.
Well, and it's funny because yeah, when you brought up Fire Emblem earlier, the mystery dungeon that's on 3DS, like the Explorers of the Sky, that's the other one that's like you gotta play this game. It's got an amazing story, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
It's one of those things where it's like how I always make fun of Dark for Lego Batman being his game of the year. It's like, yeah, maybe it was the best
right,
story when you were a toddler, but like, come on, dude. Let's be
yeah.
real with ourselves.
Yeah, I still want to give it a shot, but it's
Yes,
funny. I forgot about Mystery Dungeon because I'm like Pokemon Dash, like Pokemon Ranger, like what spin-offs are we talking about here?
honestly, Bob, if we're talking about like being real, it should have been Pokemon Conquest. Okay,
Yeah,
that game should have
man,
been bigger.
that is the most. That's got to be one of the most underrated like spin-off license games I have
Yep.
ever played. Like I played that in 2020. Um, just kind of was like, yeah, I've heard so much about this game. Like, let me fire it up. I'm like, that was such a fun experience. And
It's a it's a game that's like, why did you make this? And then you play it, it's like, oh, I'm glad you made this.
yeah, I'm like, I wish you made more of this actually.
Yeah. Never finished it. I always played a decent amount, but I'd like to go back to it one day.
It's good. Good.
Maybe we can get a Switch release. With how well Fire Red and Leaf Green are selling, let's port more of those games.
Mhm.
Uh, Mario Kart World shipped another 690K units in the quarter, now over 15 million units after a year. It is the second fastest selling title in the franchise, trailing only behind Mario Kart Wii, which did 17 million in 5 quarters. Now, Bob, I read that wrong at first. I thought it said second best selling title in the franchise. It's like, damn, it already beat all the other ones. But it's like,
Right.
no, it's fastest. Do you think it'll ever hit the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe number? I doubt it.
Yeah, dude, talking about this game is so weird
Yep.
because it's like it was good, but I definitely wouldn't rate it in like even I don't know if I'd even rate it in my top 5 favorite Mario Karts. Yeah, I probably would make the top 5. Definitely doesn't make the top 3. Um,
They all
but like
run
it's still a
super.
good game, and like the hate's a little undeserved, and
Pe-
there's
it-
like
People would have been less hateful at it if it wasn't $80. Like, I'll just be truthful there.
yeah, yeah.
It
It just they
it's a
didn't nail
good
that
game.
open world. They
Yep.
like I really think that open world is one of the least Nintendo feeling things that company has made in a while for such a tentpole
It
franchise.
it felt like
It just
a whatever. Just here it is. Like, oh, I guess all the tracks are connected and you can do stuff in it. I remember
Yeah.
it took until like a post-launch update for them to go like, and now you'll be able to see which P switches you've collected. It's like that wasn't at launch. I was
Right.
saying this, Bob, when it came out. I'm like, the game feels like it was rushed, but it literally couldn't have been rushed. Like,
Right.
by no way it could have been rushed. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
I like that game. It's fun, but I'm also like, I don't know, we gotta get some DLC. We need to breathe some excitement for that game again, because it feels like the opinion on it has soured very fast.
Yeah, and it pretty much came and left, and I don't like, 8, it was just such a monolith. Obviously, it was going to be hard to follow that up, but like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be tied to the sales of the Switch, and I mean, as it stands and as it stands with our economy in general, it's like I don't know if Switch 2 is going to get to those numbers in the first place, and that would
Yeah.
require everyone to buy it when they do buy a Switch 2, and so yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
It's one of those things, Bob. The Switch 2 bundle now is like, oh, you get to pick one game, and it's Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pokemon Pokopia, and Mario Kart World. In a heartbeat, I would recommend the other two over Mario Kart.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
agreed.
yeah, those other two are way more high quality experiences. I would only do Mario Kart if you have a kid and they want to race, but that's
Well,
about it.
but even then, it's like if there's such a high probability of whoever buying the Switch 2 had a Switch 1 and owns Mario Kart 8 Deluxe already. It's like it's an even lesser sell. Like you can always go back and play Mario Kart. Like there's no other game like Bonanza you can go back to other than obviously Odyssey, but like not in a Donkey Kong game. And Pokopia, it's like, yeah, you can go back to Animal Crossing, but like it has Pokemon in it. So like the other two just offer something so unique and refreshing. I don't think just adding open world to Mario Kart would be enough.
Yeah.
Like I thought it would be. Because I did,
Same.
to be clear, we were both on the forefront of like, this is going to bang. And I think it can
We
still
were
bang.
so
It just,
hyped.
the execution just didn't work.
It wasn't what we expected it to be. We were like,
Right, exactly.
Oh, it's
Yes.
Forza Horizon Mario Kart. Like that was
Yeah.
like we kept saying that. It's like, nope.
Yeah.
I still like it again, but I'm just like,
I do too.
hey, you know what? That soundtrack. It's been on Nintendo Music. They've been like
That's a good point.
slowly putting it all out. Man, that's one of the greatest video game soundtracks of all time. That Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road remix. Oh my god. Oh my
That
god.
shit bangs.
Kirby Air Riders is now at over 1.9 million units shipped in 8 months. God bless it, man. I need to play this game because it's just really funny to see that it's almost at 2 million. And Metroid Prime 4, not even mentioned. God bless. God bless.
So, like, is Sakurai just buying a bunch of copies of Kirby? Because
I
who
think we
is playing
underestimate-
this game? No, I
think we
get it.
underestimate
Listen,
him.
like I do understand. I just like I have not heard a single person talk about that game. Like
It's really popular in Japan. That's I think where the
Yeah.
majority of the sales are.
Yeah,
It shipped at 30K this quarter, so it seems like it's slowing down.
okay, yeah. That
Don't
makes
worry, Bob. I know this game makes you angry.
sense.
I do. It is funny though. I'm like, because they were like, we're not doing DLC or anything, and now no one plays City Trial anymore because it's like, oh, there's no
Oh.
reason to go back. And it's like, I'm kind of mad at myself. I'm like, God, I should have played it at launch. Now and I can't really play the mode I really wanted to.
Yeah, I just
Uh,
I think for $30 I'd play that game. I couldn't stomach paying full price for that.
That's fair. Donkey Kong Bonanza ships 260K units during its fourth quarter for a total of 4.78 million units in a year. I saw some people say this stat is disappointing, and my viewpoint is I think it's only disappointing if you're looking at it as like a Mario game. For a Donkey Kong game, I think it's actually sold pretty well. I do think I would have expected it to hit 5 million by now, especially because it's listen, for lack of a better word, it's probably the only Switch 2 exclusive worth like buying the console for, in my opinion. I mean, I really like Star Fox, but like, I'm not gonna buy a console for Star Fox. So, yeah, I think it's like I would have expected it to hit 5 million, but I don't think these sales are disappointing by any metric. Especially because it's like we don't really even know what Nintendo's expectations for it were.
Yeah, I do hear you on that. It's just at the end of the day, it was the premier launch title for the system. So I do think it's a little reasonable to expect $5 million from that. But at the same
That's fair.
time, yeah, I don't think it's like a
I would have
massive
expected 5 million.
disappointment.
Yeah.
I think, I think it's just slightly below what I expected it to be. And honestly, that, I think when comparing it to the potential of a Super Mario Odyssey 2, I think Bonanza is slightly lower than my expectations for that. So I think to me, that's not a cause for concern. It's just kind of the reality of what they ended up making. But like, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing or anything.
Here's how much Odyssey sold in a year, because I don't think they have that stat point. Oh, by the way, no one else is here. Odyssey is so much fucking better than Bonanza. Bonanza's a banger, but I'm tired
Yeah.
of the other fucking propagandists going like, "Oh, it's better because Mario's fat." No, man, Odyssey better. I'm sorry. They're both goats, but Odyssey's the goat. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I truly think they achieve two different things. Like,
Yeah, they're two different
Bonanza,
games, which is why it's weird for a lot of people in our circle to be comparing them all the fucking time.
yeah, and like I love Donkey Kong just in general, and I do honestly, I think listen, I'm not gonna put it for story of the year, but I do like the story of Bonanza more than
That's fine.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Bonanza's a sandbox game, and Odyssey's a platformer, like full stop.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they're just two different
Yeah,
things.
calling Bonanza a platformer, I'm like, I mean, I love that game, but it's not a platformer. It's a sandbox.
No,
So I think that's a
yeah.
great way to put it. I feel like I'm shitting on it. I love that game.
Yeah, no,
It's
I do
very,
too.
very good.
Like it was still highly rated for me, and I
Kept
had
getting
such a great time.
propagandized by other
Like
people. And I'm like,
that last act
oh
is
my God.
so good. Like I do really like that game.
I just want to shut this one out real quick. There's a lot of like Switch 1 sales numbers I don't want to get into. I just want to ship Super Mario Odyssey shipped 300K units in a quarter. Lifetime sales now stand at 30.8 million units. Now, Bob, you look at that. You know what that sounds like. Next 3D Mario is soon. I just want an excuse. You got to imagine it soon, right? Like, please tell
Yeah, I
me.
mean, unfortunately, it won't benefit my fantasy team because it'll be next year. But yeah, I mean,
you had to draft it this year.
dude, there was a time there
small
where
glimmer of
there
chance,
there
yeah.
really was where I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna win by a landslide. But no, I still believe that they're cooking something for next year, and I'll be, and even if they don't, I don't know. I feel like there's something in the pipeline at least, like
Mario will return.
yeah, like you can't sell 30 million. You also just can't launch a Nintendo console without like a new Mario that isn't Super Mario
Like
Wonder.
somewhat soon, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it now, March 25th, 2027. That's when we're getting it. I saw
That's
something
the
in the
release
stars.
date?
Yep, you're getting it in March 25th.
Oh.
It's gonna be revealed at the September Direct. I feel it. Nate said that it was originally supposed to release this year, but it got delayed internally. So that kind of tells me it's like
Ooh.
it's not that far off.
I don't know if I
That next year for Nintendo, if Mario comes out, is actually kind of insane because it's gonna be Mario and Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess you can't like I don't know. I'd say fuck it. Do it in the summer. Like do it in May. Like I think
Yeah.
you would have like every kid would be out of school and you just have, so much no one's ever releasing anything around that time, so.
Yeah. I just miss him, Bob.
Yeah.
I need him. Dude, it always okay. I'm sorry. This is like such a tangent, but it always annoys me when I see people like go like, "Oh, where he is for 3D Mario? You get a Mario game every year." You motherfuckers know that's not the same thing. Mario Tennis Fever is not the 3D Mario game.
Yeah.
So like, let's just be
And
real for a second.
even though I'm like a little bit more negative on Wonder than you guys, it's like that's not the same thing. Like I'm not,
Wonder's awesome, but yeah, it's not 3D Mario. It's not
yeah.
Odyssey.
It's like saying like Super Mario Maker. Like, no, dude. Like, it's
Yeah,
not, like, what
exactly.
are we doing here?
Well, Bob, that's it for the financial quarter. I gotta say, Nintendo's doing pretty well. It is interesting when you see the juxtaposition of like how people were talking about Nintendo like last year, and now like all the hardcore fans have situated, and the people who were gonna buy it bought it, and now it feels like it's like, well, Sony and Microsoft have shot themselves in the foot so many times that we're like, we're not even mad at Nintendo anymore. We're like,
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot to be annoyed at Nintendo at. I believe me, I always talk shit about them,
But compared to Sony and Microsoft, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll take it.
Yeah, honestly, they're kind of just winning by doing nothing, literally.
Let's get into our next story, Bob. This is a very fast one because we talked a lot about it last week. EA has announced its completion of acquisition by the PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners. So for the first time, EA is now a private company after like 30 plus years. There's a whole statement. I'm not reading all that. I'm just going to be real with y'all. It's just a lot of word salad and talking about like, Jared Kushner, thank you for helping us. That type of shit. A lot of brown nosing. Yeah, man, it sucks. And I will say for myself, I'm not really a fan of most EA franchises, so I think I'll be fine. But Bob, my ball and gun gamer, it's tough for you. I feel like you're gonna get, especially with that $18 billion debt thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna be getting a lot of microtransactions.
Yeah, the writing was on the wall, obviously this year with college football, and FIFA is getting essentially what 2K is doing
the
with like the
2K, yeah.
island.
Future was telling me about
And
that.
yeah,
So
dude,
funny.
I mean it's not gonna be good. You know, they went from 2.2 billion in debt to 20 billion in debt. So they're going to need to make that money back. There's also going to be I'm sure a massive wave of layoffs that come from this, because now they need to get operation costs down to an absolute minimum. And they're going to try and print as much money from the money printers that they have. I really don't have any. So what's interesting is I actually had one of the guys I play college football with texted the group chat the tweet and said, "Yeah, guys, I'm not buying it this year. Like, I'm not supporting the Saudis and Jared Kushner." And it was funny because I responded to him like, "Hey, respect. Just let me know when you build that PC because I will help you obtain a copy of 27 and tell you how to mod it so that we could still play together and no one got a dollar from us. So don't you worry." And that's kind of where I'm at, where it's like, listen, we got one on PC. The modding community is already popping off on there. So I'm not really at this point. I'm like, cool. I don't have to necessarily like rely on them anymore. But from a single player perspective, I mean, it's kind of a bummer. Obviously Apex isn't single player, but like, I just don't see, them doing anything with the Titanfall franchise. Dragon Age is obviously dead and buried.
Oh yeah. Mass
Mass
Effect is
Effect, I know.
that's gonna see ya.
Just
Dude, Bench and Fusion are still so adamant. It's like, no, dude, it's gonna come out. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. There was that rumor about EA looking to sell off their studios like BioWare.
yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to buy them. I'm not even saying that in a mean
Yeah.
way. I just don't
Yeah.
think anyone's interested in buying a company like that.
Yeah. I mean, they, I think where's BioWare located? Are they
I don't remember.
but either way, while you're looking at that, I think I mean someone could buy BioWare. I just feel like there's a lot of baggage associated with that, and I think EA could still use them as like
they're Canadian.
Wait, where?
Sorry. Edmonton.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Vancouver because Vancouver would be super expensive, but Edmonton's actually, dang, they work in Edmonton. That's actually so depressing. There is nothing going on in Edmonton. You might as well be working in Russia, dude. Holy, like that is, wow. I did not know that.
There was they have the secondary studio in Austin. Austin,
That's
Texas.
what I was thinking of. Okay, yeah. And maybe they, just only have one studio going forward.
Yeah,
But
I mean they probably will because that BioWare Austin was the one that did Andromeda. So
yeah, I just don't have any hope for anything that just doesn't print money. And I think they'll probably make the Jedi game. I think that's the other thing, dude. Like, I wonder how this would have like the timeline where Vince Zampella doesn't die.
God rest.
Like, how does that because I feel like he would put he would either leave the company or put his foot on the ground and like some try and because like he would go to bat for
he had enough clout.
Yeah, he would go to bat for Jedi. He would go to bat for like a Titanfall, or some of these IPs. But it's like Yeah, he was really the one voice within that, set of studios that really, I think, had some leverage there, and so yeah, I just unfortunately I've kind of doomed this one from the start, and usually you don't have it on here, but like Devolver is talking about going private again this week, and I really liked how transparent they were, where they're like, yeah, we don't want to make games to satisfy shareholders for this quarter and then
Oh yeah.
completely start over the next quarter. And it's like, yeah, I mean, clearly we're seeing it with the big companies where it's like quarterly
That's the
profits
thing.
over everything.
I support the privatized companies in the
Right.
sense of I fucking hate shareholders and they're brain dead and they've actively ruined a lot of the industry.
Right.
But also, I don't want to be privately owned by Saudi Arabia.
Well,
I
and
just feel like
privately
there's a
owned
lot of
with $20 billion of debt. That's the problem
yeah,
here.
that's
Is
the real
that
thing.
they need to get rid of this debt, and so they might as well be shareholders at that point because they're more
Absolutely.
worried about making money than even the shareholders are.
But don't worry, Bob. Andrew Wilson did get an $8 million bonus on top of his $30
dude,
million. So
his
we're good, baby. Thank
yeah,
God.
the graph of his pay compensation is just so cool to look at.
Did you know Nintendo CEO makes like $2 million a year?
Yeah, because
It's very funny.
they
It's with
capitalism.
I think also I'm still surprised no one ever brought this up. Is I do think Andrew Wilson will be like, okay, bye guys. Like I'm
Oh,
not dealing with this $18
100%.
billion debt,
Yeah,
and then he's gonna jump over to Disney. I'm
yeah,
still surprised. It's one of those things I've listened to a lot of podcasts. No one brings it up, and I'm like, am I stupid? Like maybe
yeah,
I'm dumb. I don't know, but like I feel like this is a very obvious like trajectory that he's trying to
yeah,
jump on.
absolutely.
So yeah, EA. One last thing. Fuck you. You're gonna continue to be shit. So God bless. Let's move on to Xbox. We got a quick one here. The Verge Xbox 360 games to run on the next gen Project Helix console, Xbox PCs, and handheld devices as per leaked document. Gradual rollout between 2027 and 2028, quote, across next gen devices. So, very much they're just saying it's like, hey, we're the back compat project that already is doing with original Xbox is going to be reaching for Xbox 360 and we're going to be getting that on PC as well, as the article stated. So, hey, that's actually really cool. I wonder how if it's like an opt-in program. Apparently, that's what I was reading. It was like it's an opt-in, like the companies just say it's like, yeah, you can go ahead and do it, and like they don't have to like give up anything. It's just all on Microsoft's side. That'd be really cool. I wonder how many games will be on those services. We'll see. But Bob, this excite you at all?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think just to add some technical background here, I think what people found out when that first Xbox, those 4 games came out on PC, people took a deep dive into the emulator that they were using. And it turns out that it's actually a 360 emulator, and so they're like, oh,
Oh,
well, then
nice.
yeah, they're gonna be able to get 360 games to work on there. So that was only confirmed by this report. But yeah, I mean, the biggest question we had about Helix was what are they going to do with the decades of Xbox games that were not on PC, did not have a PC release? Like, what are they going to do with that? And it sounds like, they have it won't be a complete, one to one, but I think they're going to, add what they can, licensing aside, and try
Yeah.
and still make Helix a console with backwards compatibility and a good experience. I think it was part. I don't know if it was part of the article that you had or a separate article from The Verge, but they also talked about the Disc to Digital program that
Yeah.
like officially leaked, like with some like tangible documents. And I
Yeah, the
think
quote
that's
unquote leaked.
right. Yeah, exactly. But I think, it's also okay. Sorry, I gotta rant for like 2 seconds, but it's
Okay.
like between this and I know you didn't put it on here, but Asha tweet about the adding a platinum achievement for
Yeah.
Xbox.
You just replied to a random person. It's like, okay, guys.
Right. And it's like, listen, I get it. It is jangling keys. But like at some point we have to just be like, okay, maybe they actually are trying to improve the ecosystem. Like at what point it's like, you know what it reminds me of, Wolf?
What's
You
up?
know how after the acquisitions, when the Xbox had the acquisitions, and like something like Psychonauts came out, right? And people were like, actually, that's not an Xbox game because Double Fine developed it mostly before the Xbox acquisition, and Xbox didn't have much to do with it. So actually, that's not, you can't count that as an Xbox game. Like that was a big conversation. I feel like we are now doing that conversation again, but it's like actually, Phil was going to do the 100% achievements, and Asha's just taking credit for it because it's a process that was already being made, and she just wants the good PR. And it's like, okay, I understand that first 90 days when she did all those things. I absolutely believe that. We are 6 months in. Like at some point, we have to admit that Phil wasn't like going to
Oh, he
do
was
these
dog shit
quality
at
of
his
life
job.
things. Like he wasn't. He was good for a lot of things. This was not one of his strong suits, and I think Asha's doing a better job at that. Sorry, I got off on a complete tangent there.
You're fine.
Going
I
back,
respect it.
going back to Dis to Digital, because that still kind of ties in. Unfortunately, I don't think Dis to Digital will work for 360 and original Xbox, because I don't know how much you read into this, Wolf. Do
Uh-huh.
you want to know why Dis to Digital works?
What's up?
Because
Oh, wait.
Xbox.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's I know this. You put it in, and it effectively makes your disc useless, and it just digitized it, right? Or am
So,
I thinking of
well,
a different thing?
yeah, so I think the idea is that you're basically, it'll transfer to a digital license, and then
That's it.
if
Yeah, yeah.
you, I think if you give the disc to someone else and they activate it, it will uh delist your digital license and give it to that person, so you can't just like
Hmm.
download the license and then pass it around, and then everyone has the game, which is fair. I mean, that,
Yeah.
you're literally passing around the disc. But I was going to say the reason that Xbox can do this and that PlayStation can't is because this is actually a legacy detail of the original controversial DRM system. So Xbox
Okay.
had unique identifiers on all of their discs going from the Xbox One era all the way to the Series era and currently. And so when you put that in, it knows that this is this disc that was produced on this day, was sold to this retailer, was bought by this person, and and it's not fake, right? And Sony doesn't have that infrastructure on their disc system, so I'm sure they can still replicate something. I don't think they will. But basically, the point is, it's kind of ironic how that infamous 2013, where both companies went in different directions, they keep intertwining at these like we can always point back to that time period, and it's like we're still receiving ramifications from the decisions that were made in the PS4 Xbox One generation. But
It's crazy,
anyway,
man. It's a
that
very weird generation.
that's all to say. This is exciting. I still am hopeful for Helix. Obviously, I have no use for one because, excuse me, if we are going to PC, I have one already, so I
Of
will keep my
course.
Series X as something that can use the disc to digital system, and I will just be able to play my Xbox games. But I do think for the people that don't, um, it is. I talk a lot about like what is Sony going to um, be able to market as their highlight feature. Games aside, like hardware, the console, what is going to differentiate it from the PS5? And I think they're going to have a hard time finding that answer. I think with Xbox, it's very easy. It's like, cool, your console is now also a PC, and I think that
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a good selling point. Like we just don't know. But it at least gives them something to differentiate from the Series X and possibly bring in a new crowd or something. I still don't have like I don't really have much hope that it's going to everything's just going to magically flip on a head. But so far I'm still pretty hopeful that Helix, that they actually know what they're doing. Which
Yeah.
with Xbox, I mean,
That's
let's be real. Let's be real. That's probably not gonna. We're gonna get a rake at some point, but so far it does seem like they're doing a pretty good job.
Well, Bob, let's talk about reviews of the week. We got two here. First and foremost, we got Big Walk from House, the guys behind Untitled Goose Game, headliner of the Untitled Goose Game Awards, aka Dice. So shout out to them.
Hey, shout out.
Sitting
Okay,
at-
but actually, shout out Dice. You know those are my goats.
I hate Dice. That fucking show sucks. Untitled Goose Game over Sekiro, Control, Fire Emblem 3 House, all these games in 2019. You're like, Untitled Goose Game. I hate game developers. I'll be real with you, man. Big Walk is sitting at an 89 on OpenCritic. At what point was that a 94? Chris,
I think it still got a crazy high number on Metacritic.
Yeah, I think it still has that. Does it?
I'll check while you're reading.
Yeah. Eurogamer gave it a 5 out of 5. The Gamer a 5 out of 5. Nintendo Life an 8 out of 10. Game Liner a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. I think IGN gave it a review. I'm trying to find it. Oh, IGN didn't review it yet. Okay. Well,
real quick, so technically it's a 92 on Metacritic, but as we both know, because we both moved off of Metacritic for our respective games that we do for a different podcast, but I forget that they break it out by platform, so it's a 92 on PC, an 88 on PS5, and a 75 on Switch 2.
It's so funny. It's like, what have you been doing here? Come on, guys. 89?
So, yeah,
I don't mean to be that guy, but like, come on. I'm curious what you think, Bob, because like I had zero interest in this game. I think you were interested, but
yeah.
Let's be real here. 89, like we're talking about, like, this is one of the highest rated games of the year, and it's a friend slap game. It's like that's not a bad thing, but I'm just like, come on.
I'm very intrigued by this game. So, from the groups that I've heard talk about it, like the people, it seems like everyone who hasn't played it is pretty skeptical, and the people who have played it and like it are like, no, it totally justifies that 89. And maybe some people don't like friend slap, whatever. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm a little bummed that obviously we always record on Fridays, but tonight I am getting together with my Discord group. I don't know how many people actually bought it. This game supports up to 12 people, by the way, which I think is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
But we're gonna get a group together. I think there might be 6 to 8 of us, and we're gonna give it a go. And I told them, I'm like, we cannot talk in voice chat. We have to use the prox chat. Like, we're not like, we gotta play to the full extent. And so I will definitely keep you guys updated on that as I go. But I do, because I played a lot of Peak, because my friend group definitely subscribes to Friend Slop. Like they really like those games, and I do too. I mean, I think they're fun, and so I really do think there is just an inherent appeal about. I love the prox chat trend personally. Like I think it's you can do so many cool and funny things with like proximity that I think it makes it really interesting, because like one of the things in this game is that like at some point you have to like split up and solve 2 separate puzzles and like 2 different parts of the same puzzle in different places, and it's like you can only talk by walkie-talkie. And then I was listening to Giant Bomb, and I think Dan Reichert lost his walkie-talkie, so they were just like, is Dan dead? Like we don't know where he is. Like he's just gone, and it's like we're freaking out about it. But it's like, stuff like that is really only because if you're just in a party chat, that's like, oh yeah, I fell down this cliff, I'm over here. It's like, yeah, it's not funny. So that's all to say. I have hope in it. I will report back and let you guys know. But I am at least
just being a begrudgery old man about it. Like back in my day, only Overwatch was above a 90, and it was a multiplayer game. So like, I'm wondering if maybe I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, and I mean these games, just like any game, it's not going to apply to everyone. Not everyone's going to be appealed to it, but I do think this game has a lot of promise, and I'm so curious to dive in later.
Also, maybe I'm still salty about the Dice Awards 2019.
I think that might be. I think it's a house thing. I'm gonna
fuck those guys. You know what? I hate game developers.
Yep.
let's talk about the other review that came out this week, which was for Beast of Reincarnation, the Game Freak Sekiro like, sitting at a 76 on OpenCritic. IGN gave it a 6, Eurogamer a 3 out of 5, a 3.5 out of 5 from Giant Bomb, 73 out of 100 from PC Gamers, 8 out of 10 from DualShockers. I'm not
No,
beholden to
hold
the
on,
almighty
hold on,
number.
Wolf. Hold on, hold on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you hear what me and Fusion found out about this game?
What? That was mostly outsourced.
What do you think our goats gave this game?
Oh, the goats. What are they? But why though?
Uh-huh.
What do we?
What do you think they gave?
I'm gonna say they're the outlier, or maybe not the outlier. I'm gonna say they're the outlier. They gave it a 9.
Yes.
Would they? Say?
That's the they gave it a 9.
Wow, I got it. Nice.
So it's like that's like like not that I was gonna check this game out regardless, but the fact that they like after I read the review, I'm like, yeah, this is, and I'm sorry, I'm stealing your thunder. I think you were about to go into this, but
Yeah, no
a
problem.
game that has a 76, I feel like it's not that it's mid. Sometimes it is. Sometimes there are just games that get 7 across the board. But I think this is truly one of those games where there's so many 6s and 9s that it's like you're either gonna love it or hate it. But I
It's a
think that's
critical hit game.
right. And I
Sorry,
think
I keep
that's
interrupting you.
no, you're good. That's the fun part about this is that I remember like Sandland. That's the one I always go back to.
Oh,
People are
yeah.
like, why did you play that garbage? I'm like, because it was a 10 out of 10 for me. Like, I love that game, but also I could totally see why someone gave this a 6. And I think those are, obviously playing universal critical successes are fun. And honestly, a lot of us don't have enough time to be playing kind of lower rated games, and I understand that. But there is something fun about these, like kind of a dice roll. It's like, maybe I will, and obviously it's easier to say that with Game Pass because it's like, all right, I'm not paying $60 for this. But yeah, I'm very interested to try it out.
I will say, this game. You know what this game reminds me of, Bob? This is such a crazy, like you. I don't even think you know this game's name. Valkyria Elysium.
Nope.
Yeah, that was a Square Enix game that came out in that year. They released like 30 games in 2022. It was like an action
Okay.
game, and I bought it day one, and I played through it, and I give that game like a 6. But I'm like, yeah, the combat was really fun. I genuinely couldn't tell you anything about it. And I'm
Right.
reminded of it when I look at Beast of Reincarnation, where I'm like, I don't think I'll remember anything about it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not beholden to the number, but it was that thing for me, Bob, of like listening to the reviews because I'm a review reader and listener for stuff I care about,
Right.
and especially Kind of Funny's review and like listening to a lot of people talk about it. And they were talking about the things I really hate, which is, they keep yapping and like they say nothing of substance. It's like, okay, that's a ding. The enemy variety is horrible. It's like, okay, that's a ding. Like there was enough things where I'm just like, the big thing for me was like, oh, and it's also easy on hard mode too. And I'm like, bro, you ain't Sekiro. And I think it's just that desperation, Bob, of like, I need another Sekiro. And really, Bob, I'm mad at you. Why haven't you played Sekiro?
What?
I'm mad at you now.
I played Sekiro when it came out.
Oh, what? Wait, maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah, whoa. I got the steelbook for Sekiro.
Never mind. You're a bigger fan than me. I didn't play it when it came out. You're on me. Okay, you know what, Bob? You're the Sekiro guy now.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. All's forgiven.
Maybe I'm thinking. I don't remember. Maybe it was Fusion. Oh, it's Fusion.
I've never got like that was a crazy just like
I know.
You accusation. I'm like whoa.
It's because I feel like you and Fusion I put in the same bucket, and I remember it's like Fusion is the one that didn't play Sekiro.
And I haven't played all of the Souls games, so like that's fair.
Look at you on Dark Souls.
I've played 3. I just haven't played 1 and 2.
3 is really good. 1. Now 2 you can skip, but 1, right. Oh my god, I still love 2, but that's a whole tangent of itself. I'll just say to end the point. Game looks great. I was getting some shit from like Call It Adventure, like, wow, he's not playing it. Okay, Call It got it for free. You're playing it on Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass. I'd have to spend $60 on this. And now I'm like, I'm going to wait. That's just me personally. I have enough on my backlog that I want to get to. Game looks great, but like I've heard a lot of things to where I'm like, I'm not wanting to buy it at full price. the way I bought Valkyria Elysium at full price in 2022. I'm not that man anymore, Bob. You know, I got other things to buy, like a
Yeah,
PC.
and to be honest with you, there's so many games that are on the horizon that's like I don't begrudge. Like if I didn't have Game Pass, I think I would wait for a sale for this
Mhm.
one as well.
It's gonna be a
So
big
yeah,
Black Friday pickup for me. I'll say that.
yeah, exactly. And I don't begrudge you for that. I think I mean I do begrudge Benj for hyping it up and then the second he saw the number he's like, nah, actually I'm good. It's like, okay, well,
It's being beholden to the almighty number that frustrates me,
yeah.
man. I'm just like, listen,
Yeah.
guys, you gotta
'Cause if
actually read the reviews.
exactly, if he told me like, yeah, I read this review and I didn't really line up with it, I'd be like, yeah, no, I think that's totally fine. I think just
course.
seeing the number, it's like,
It's
anyway,
like, dude, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
Shadow's Beast of
the,
Reincarnation. I will be playing.
I yeah, I'm gonna try and try this out at some point here over the next week, and because honestly, at the end of the day, it still has so much rebirth in its combat system that I'm like, dude, I gotta see what this is about.
Yeah, that's my thing where I'm just like, I hear the parry sound and I'm like, how could this be bad? How could this be a 6, you know?
Hmm.
And obviously 6 doesn't mean bad, but you know what I mean. It's just
Yeah,
this seems like a game that could crit for me, and I'm like, wait, people are wrong. I love this. But
yeah,
everything I'm hearing, I'm just like not immediately I want to spend the full $60 on it. Which you know,
right,
I'll give a shout out. It's $60. So it's not the 70, which is nice.
right.
Let's talk about what we've been playing, Bob. I'll go quick. Viewfinder, played that throughout the weekend.
Great game.
Very good game. Like just as a puzzle game, very high quality. The writing, oof. Couldn't tell you anything about the story because I turned off the dialogue immediately. That shit was ear grating. But the actual puzzles of using like photographs to get yourself through these different environments, and like the way it gets so creative near the end, I'm like, damn, this is awesome. Really, really, really dug that game a ton. Just wish we could get better writers for the next game. I was comparing it with a friend. I'm just like, it's like if you're playing like it's like if the game was designed by two people and one of them is like the greatest game designer of all time designing these puzzles and then the other was like this really shitty writer that failed like writing school and like they were the ones in charge of the narrative. And I was just like, you guys don't need someone talking in my ear the whole time. But outside of that, great game. Really
I
awesome.
think for me, when I played that game, it came down to like they clearly had a great idea for the gameplay, and then
Yep.
they got so far they're like, wait, we need a story, and they're like, duh,
Get
well,
her in the booth. Yeah, it's just like we don't need a story for every game. That's all I'll say.
yeah, yep,
And I also been playing Bollocks Pit. I'll be honest, Bob, I'm not into it that much. It's okay.
yeah,
I'd
yeah. Hey,
say it's a cool vibe, but when it comes to like my vibey like Vampire Survivors, Balatro likes, this one ranks really low for me.
Wolf, I think I'm the right person for you to have on for this conversation because I feel scared saying that because so many people defend this game like it is a Vampire Survivors
It's like
or
it's
whatever
not.
similar. And I'm like, dude, I have tried this game multiple times and I just can't click with it. I don't
I,
know what it is. I
it's
just
very
it
it's very slow. It's very slow. The
yeah.
numbers aren't really like exciting. Maybe later on, but like I'm not like immediately like getting the dopamine rushes. And then just like I don't I don't feel like I'm making like strategy in the balls I'm choosing. I'm just like, oh, I guess this one does extra damage. Like I'm not really
Right.
thinking about anything. And dude, the fucking base buildings part sucks. I'm like, why is this here?
It's so bad. Like, why are we having to play Brick Breaker for this stuff? Like, that's so
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah, I really did not vibe with the game. Like, I'm not gonna say it's bad. I just
Yeah, same.
it did not click with me, and I think I'm just more disappointed because it seems so my shit.
Oh, dude, same. You know I love this bullshit, but like,
Yeah,
yeah, this is in the list that I played of those types of games. I'm just like, yeah, this is very low for me.
Wolf, I'm
Also, I
just
realized
saying.
I think I said Balatro and Vampire Survivors. Those are two different like styles of game.
Yeah, right.
But
Uh,
Vampire Survivors more so. I bet.
I'm just saying. Terratech Legion.
Yeah,
That's all
dude,
I'm
you got me
saying.
really hyped for that. I really
I
want to check
I
that out.
think that would absolutely cure your from playing Ball Spit, in my opinion.
Yep.
I think that would scratch
Did you play Vampire Survivors? Or no,
crawlers.
Or crawlers, yeah.
Yeah. I played the demo when it came out on Next Fest, and honestly, it's downloaded. I don't. Crawlers
So
are.
good, Bob.
No, I know, and I love the demo. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like second or third on the list, and it just keeps staying in second or third on the
Can't
list.
get
And I just
addicted to
haven't.
another game. I get it. But yeah, that's also I've been playing a little bit Dishonored. Great game, very very good. And also, I'm still in my Marvel Rivals pit. Which, by the way, Fusion was trying to insist I was like saying that Rivals is better than Overwatch. Hell no! I really like Rivals a lot. I'm just kind of tired of Overwatch. That's all I was saying. So that's it. Don't
Listen,
worry,
I
Overwatch,
was
brother.
screaming from the phone last week. I'm like, don't you put that on him, Fusion. That is
I
not
was
what he's
like,
saying.
what are you saying? I did not say that. But yeah,
Unbelievable.
Bob, what have you been playing, bro?
I will leave Halo for the end because I think that's what I have to say. That's what I have the most to say about.
Of course.
So the only reason Forza is on here is because last week was the first week anyone was able to 100% the game because one of the achievements had to do with unlocking a car that was only unlocked once you did enough of the weekly challenges, and there just hadn't been enough weeks yet for you to be able to complete that. So 100% of that, once Asha gives me that emerald or whatever they're gonna call it, that'll be nice to have on 6. And it's been a while since I've completed a game, so that felt really good.
Hell yeah, dude.
So my saga with Horizon 6 is probably done for now until the DLC comes out, and I will absolutely be right back on the horse once that does. I'm going to be honest. The game that surprised me this week is Splatoon Raiders.
Oh, you started it?
Oh yeah. I probably played for like 3 hours, 4 hours straight last night.
Ooh.
Like I could not stop playing this game. And
God,
I
I'm
have
so far from it.
I have no history with Splatoon. Like it has never really interested me. I can't listen to it on Alarmo or the Nintendo Music app. I just don't like. I've never really had a reason to, and I think enough people were just like, "No, this is a really good looter shooter." And Wolf, it's a really good looter shooter. The story makes no sense. It's also a super slow start with way too much tutorialization. But once you get into that loop, like I was just sitting there, just going nonstop, and it's like constantly getting new weapons, constantly getting new like modifiers for your equipment. You're getting new equipment, you're getting new abilities, you're getting, all these upgrades and getting this piece that goes to this to unlock this to level up this to unlocks the next, and it's like, oh, the gameplay loop is so good. There's not, I mean, there's a decent amount of variety, and I beat the first boss. That's kind of where I mostly ended up. I think the one thing that Moon and Bench and Jet have talked about is that the 100% is pretty grindy. And I can already tell, like, once I beat the first boss, the like kind of harder versions of the early missions unlocked, and like the level, like, I was like level 14 when I beat the first boss, and they're offering these missions at level 28. And it's like, don't make me have to play like 3 sections later, then come back and do like. So I don't love how that's gonna get set up, and I'm probably gonna end up in a similar place. But like, just turn your mind off and go. That is this game. And I am like shocked at how much I'm enjoying this game, but I think this is a sneaky top 10 for me. With the one omission, I really tried, Wolf. I really tried.
Oh, no.
I hour and a half, 2 hours, I think I really tried to put in an effort. Motion control people make no sense, man. I don't know how the fuck you guys do it. And maybe it's because I am just kind of a squirmy person. I can't sit
You
in the
didn't
same
grow up with it,
position.
man. We grew up with the 3DS, the Wii. That shit was
Yeah.
my livelihood, man. I got used to that shit real quick.
I can't do it. And I think it's, for me, I think I just change how I'm sitting so often, and I put my controller in random places. And even though you can reset the camera and kind of reset the gyro, yeah, no, couldn't do it. But I tried. I gave it a truly honest effort. That was my first real time trying to use motion controls to help with aiming, but it didn't work. So, but I put in the effort.
Hey, you tried. You tried. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
I've
Yeah.
always heard people swear upon the like motion aiming for Splatoon. So like that's one of those things.
That's yeah, and honestly, I was like, listen, if it makes you a better player, like I'll give it a shot. But I think if it was purely left to right, or I'm sorry, purely up and down, I think I'd be okay.
Yeah.
But because it's also left to right, like, dude, just give me the joystick. Like, I'm good.
Put the
Like,
joystick in the bag.
yeah, it could, because it turns that off, right? You can't, with the right stick, you can't move up or down with it. So I was like,
for some games,
yeah, right. So, but yeah, Raiders is a sneaky, like, because I read the reviews, I saw when the score came out, I was like, yeah, I don't care, and then people just kept talking about it, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. And I bought it physically. I was just like, you know what?
Ooh.
I like, let's just get the cartridge, huh? Like, I haven't bought a physical
Gotta support physical
game
more
in a
than ever,
while.
man.
So, and now that I forgot about the Amazon thing, so I definitely want to get Fire Emblem, so I'll probably get that physical as well.
Make sure it's a pre-order because you can't
Yes.
get it. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, those were some of the other games, but yeah, the main game I started I played through the weekend. I think I started last Friday. Halo Campaign Evolved. Took me a second to get there. But yeah, I mean,
GOTY,
I was
right?
scared. I was scared. I, was
This
just
is your
like
baby,
the
man.
more I saw of it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a total bitch about this. And you know what's funny? I don't think Jax mentioned it. So I played the first 3 missions, which honestly I don't think were bad, and that's the part that like Fusion and Bench are saying like that was the best part of the remake, and I'm like, okay, you guys just like the shiny new thing. But I'm not saying they were bad missions.
I was just like, all right, cool, guys.
Yeah, like I don't know, it doesn't really do anything different. It's just more like, because that's my thing, is that they weren't bad, but in the context of Halo 1, they make no sense. Like, sure, the story like loosely relates to the start of Halo 1, but really when I played that, I was like, I just want like a quick $20 standalone where there's 5 missions like this. That would make more sense for something like this, where it's like, hey, Tales of Master Chief, or like, so they just tie it to Infinite and just make it like, quick $5 DLC. Like, that makes so much more sense than trying to say like, here's a prequel to, or extra admissions for Halo 1. That part didn't really vibe with me. But but they weren't bad. Like, that's kind of the point I'm trying to say here, is that they weren't bad, they just didn't fit with Campaign Evolved. And if you hear me say that, and you're like, oh, so he really like, is nitpicky about how he feels about Campaign Evolved. Correct. Because I played probably the first 3 missions of CE, and I DM'd Jack just out of the blue, no context. I was like, I'd like to issue an apology. And he's like, for what? And I was like, dude, I hate this remake. Like, I will never make fun of you again for being so anti-remake, because this shit sucks.
It's so
and like,
funny.
I should clarify, like, obviously I'm a very big Halo fan. I think Dark, what he described about the game is totally valid. I'm not going to begrudge the people who like this game. I think that's totally fine. I mean, Halo 1 is iconic. It's timeless, I think, in my opinion. My problem with this game is really just like, what was the point? And I'm still trying to figure that out, because I think I have no problem with making a new Halo, or remaking Halo, and bringing it up to date, like having ADS, having sprint, removing the health packs, making the invisible and overshield on, like, you can collect them and hold them for whenever you want to use it, like the making the Warthog drive better. Like, all of those things aren't necessarily bad changes in concept, but they also fundamentally change the nostalgia someone would have of the game. And sure, maybe this shouldn't be, This is for a new crowd. This isn't for the people who've played Halo. But then at that point, why are you trying so hard to play at the nostalgia of Campaign Evolved? That there's clearly two lines of thinking with this game, and it's where my problem lies, where it's like it feels like at times they wanted to bring this game up to date and go more in a reimagining of it. And then in other places, they clearly kept things the same and did not change them for the nostalgia of the bit. But because you change those other things, the nostalgia doesn't hit anymore. But also, you didn't change everything, so the new quality of life doesn't hit as much as it could. So now you're in this weird middle ground where it's like, okay, the nostalgia isn't that strong, and also you didn't change enough to really make me feel like I'm playing a new game. So now I'm left in this middle ground where I don't know what I'm doing. And sure, people who haven't played Halo will not understand that and will have fun with the game, and and that's totally fine. And some people who would even come back to it, I think, would be fine with it. But I just I constantly was at odds with myself, because I think let me pull up some of the notes I had as I just kind of did some
you
bullet
had
points.
notes.
Oh yeah, I try and keep bullet points of things I play that I think I'm gonna have a lot of opinions on. But yeah, I think one of the, let's see, some of the main things early. Oh yeah, wait, actually, before I even get there, Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, it did not run great on PC. And I'm sure it ran better on console. Honestly, I should have downloaded on my Series X and tried just to see. But it's like, again, who is this for? Like, if you're not going to make an optimized PC build,
Yeah,
and I heard the PS5 version was really, really bad for in the review period and even at launch. It's like, those are the two player bases that have probably played this game the least. Like, why are we giving them the bad ports? Like, what? Why? Again, it just, some of these things just didn't really make sense. Oh, so one of the problems I had, Sergeant Johnson.
different voice.
It's not even the different voice. They specifically, his inflection in certain areas and some of the very, very minute dialogue changes. Oh yeah, this is how nitpicky I'm getting.
Dude, it's
and
Halo 1. It should be right.
and how they animated it made it feel like he was a caricature of himself. He's no longer this hard ass Marine who, at least to me, he didn't feel like a hard ass Marine who's going to be tough on you. He's going to make fun of you all the time, but he has some funny jokes. And at the end of the day, he's like your boy. Like, he's going to ride or die with you. In this, he just feels like he's just sitting there making jokes, not really caring. Like, he knows he's not gonna die. Like, he just has this overinflated confidence about him that is not there in the original. And it's clearly 343 or Halo Studios knows everyone loves Johnson. He's back. He's got a new voice actor. Let's kind of play it up a bit. And it's yeah, you guys don't understand why we like Sergeant Johnson in the first place. Don't try and change. I don't think you understood why he was loved, and so for me, those changes didn't make any sense. And really, the other thing is going back to the Warthog. It's okay, sure, the Warthog isn't Mako bad, but it can be flipped pretty easily. You want to guess how many times I flipped the Warthog in my entire playthrough on Heroic, Wolf?
12.
Once.
Once?
I even tried when I was on the beach level. I tried to flip it over some uneven cliffs, and I couldn't. And I'm like, dude, this isn't Halo anymore. The whole point is that it's kind of a bitch to drive, and especially in the last mission, that's where I had a problem with the most. The crux of the stress of that mission is I gotta drive this unwieldy piece of shit to the end of the level in 5 minutes, and I am flipping every 30 seconds, getting out of my car. They're all shooting at me. This is completely stressful. With this, I'm they did change some of the environments, which I actually really appreciated because it did look cool. But I'm just sitting there, I'm one hand on the wheel, second hand on my phone, just yeah, whatever, I'm gonna get to the end. There's no stakes, there's no tension anymore. And I think the other thing I realized, so I beat it, immediately went and played ODST because I was like, I need a detox. I need to go play a good Halo game. And I think one of the things I immediately realized in ODST was, one of the early missions, you go against a couple of wraiths, and I got too close to the wraith trying to, jack it and put the grenade in and kill it. It just boosted and killed me. And I'm like, oh, right, I don't have sprint. So it's actually a risk reward to charge the vehicles. Whereas in Campaign Evolved, you have sprint. You can just walk around a ghost. You can walk around a wraith.
Yeah.
There's no see what I'm saying? Like they added sprint, but then didn't change
The little thing.
how the enemies react to you having sprint or accounting for you to have sprint. So you no longer have this like tension and risk reward that you would normally have charging a wraith. Now you're just like, yeah, I know I'm going to kill it because I can just sprint around it. I don't need a vehicle. I don't need anything extra. I don't need to do anything specific. Whereas in ODST, I'm like, dude, if I take this thing head on, I'm dead. Like I really got to think about what I'm doing. So I've talked long enough, but I ended up giving it a 6. I just, it's still Halo. I still, it gave me a smile on my face a few times. I didn't even get into the flood or some of those missions. I think some of them that I'm kind of with Fusion where it's some levels are better, some levels are worse. The one thing I didn't mind was all the weapons being added. I didn't mind having an energy sword or the needle rifle or the fuel rod cannon. I actually thought that was fine. So that didn't bother me nearly as much as some of the other changes. But yeah, ultimately, I am just too. Because I'm not I liked Infinite. I liked 4 before 5 ruined its story, and now it's kind of tainted for me. It's not like I'm sitting here the only good Halos are the ones Bungie made. That's not true. But I do really hate, and obviously the stories that have come out from Halo Studios, whether it's the poor leadership, the constant turnover, canceling projects because they can't get their main project together, and they had to export this project. So it's like, why the fuck are you even on Halo if you're not working on it in your own studio and you're sending it to everyone else? I could go on, but I just think that at the end of the day, this game is at odds with itself, and Halo Studios does not understand. They've had 15 years to understand what Halo is, and I feel like they still don't get it. And it's like, dude,
just give it
something's got to change. Something has to change. Either put the franchise on ice, do spin-offs for a while. These guys don't get it, and I'm tired of Microsoft dragging Chief through the mud, parading him out there when he's clearly just a shell of himself, and honestly kind of a joke to a certain extent. And it's like, you guys don't have respect for your IP, and that really pisses me off. So I deleted it, and would if I actually fired a Master Chief Collection and played the few episodes of those two. I was just like, yeah, if I'm gonna replay it, this is where I'm gonna replay it, and I'm fine with that. But
I get it, man. It's tough. It's a game that you clearly were. That's very important to you, and for them to be like, yeah, we're just not gonna. It's a case of they just don't get it clearly.
And
it seems
that's really what it is.
Some people dig it just oh, it's Halo. Because at the end of the day, it's Halo. It's fun to shoot guys, but also it's
Right.
it's the little things, like you said, that matter to you, and I get that.
Because if they called it Campaign Reimagined, and they really did go that extra mile to change things from a fundamental level, I would probably be more open to it. But they clearly still wanted to capture the nostalgia of the original game while still trying to change things, and those ideas just clash so hard that at the end of the day, I'm left with mud in the middle.
Yeah, totally get it, man. Well, hopefully Halo 2 remake isn't as bad, because that's probably what's going to be next.
They can't. Please don't let them remake 2 and 3. That's gonna piss me off even more, because I'm gonna play them. That's the terrible part about this, Wolf, is I have to play them.
Yeah,
but
I hope you're ready for the benchness around it when they do the remakes. Yeah, it's better.
I mean,
It's okay,
I mean, yeah. Listen, I think Fusion said it was like the boy who cried rage bait. It's like, listen, at this point, it's
you
just
just gotta ignore it. Yeah.
there is legitimate criticism. I'm fine to have conversations about that, but some of the things are just a little crazy. That being said, my mouth will be shut when Ocarina of Time remake comes out and Jack goes on a similar rant in about 3 months.
Hey, listen, I want to point out when MGS3 remake came out, silence.
Yeah,
I talk shit
yeah,
about the
yeah.
performance issues, but like, yeah, there are things like obvious. I vastly prefer the original MGS3, but I'm like, it's whatever. It's just another
And
version of the game.
that actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I did stop Metal Gear with 2, and I now have the Delta, but I still have the collection with 3 on there. I think I am gonna play the original,
I
but
respect.
I would be interested in playing the new one from that outside perspective where it's like, oh right, this is a game that's kind of doing a similar thing. I think they're a little bit more, respectful of the original. They didn't change too
That
much as far as
that's
I'm
the
aware.
funny
But
thing, Bob. It's like they've remade a lot of games that are important to me, and like I do prefer the original graphics for a lot of them. But I'm just like, it doesn't affect me personally because I'm like, oh, the original's still there. I mean, like you said, it's like I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I'm not like trying to say
oh
like your
yeah,
opinion.
no,
It's you were like, oh, this isn't good. I didn't like this. Let me go boot up Master Chief Collection. I think
yeah,
it's more so of a frustration, Bob, because like there's nothing else Halo, like a new Halo on the horizon. Like there's
right,
not a, oh, well, we're subsidizing with this. It's like, okay, you've screwed up all the new entries and also you can't even do a remake, right? So like
right.
that's even more
A
frustrating.
a remake, I might add, they've already done. This is their
Yeah.
second time remaking the
The
first
first one
game.
wasn't
So
good
it's
either,
like
so it's like I don't know.
so
God bless
funny.
you, Halo Studios. They had layoffs this week,
I think
which
it
is
was mostly
like,
contractors. I don't think it
yeah,
was like
yeah, okay.
actual internal. I
Well, we're
think it was
probably
just.
gonna get those layoffs when
Oh, we will. They are
yeah.
absolutely in those 3,200.
God bless. All right. Well, Bob, thank you for joining me. It was a fun episode. Really
Of course.
enjoyed my time. I will say we spent longer than I thought, but that's okay because I had a lot of fun talking to you, man. But with that, boys, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, like the podcast helps us out a ton. Follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, a slice of gaming, all that good stuff. We're gonna head out. Say goodnight.
Good night. Don't play Halo. Go play
Don't play.
Splatoon.
Don't play Ball Exped either.
Actually, true.